Hello and welcome to my garden and the dinosaurs who live there. We're on Monday the 17th of July. The weather's a little bit better today than it was yesterday. Yesterday it was just blowing a gale. Today it's a bit breezy, but it is certainly a lot calmer than it was, so I thought I would get out and take the chance to do my July garden tour. Now I didn't do a June garden tour. Time just was against me, so the last tour you'll see on my playlist is actually the May garden tour, so I'm sure you're going to see quite a difference between what the garden was like in May and what it is like now in July. I hope so anyway, because most of it's positive change. Anyway, sit down, grab a coffee and join me for the next little while in my tour of my Central Scotland garden.
It's nothing new, but it's so good to see you. We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you.
So there's a couple of beds up here, just next to the shed, and you can see there's some lovely borage here. Nasturtiums, there's cosmos. There's actually 3 peonies in here, but this is the first year with peonies, these peonies, so we didn't get any flowers sadly, but they'll come back next year and hopefully provide us with some flowers. Then as I move along, I've plonked in here some zinnias, some marigolds. This is actually, I don't know, growing off a tree stump, so I'll need to cut that back. There's a little snapdragon there, and then I bought this Gaillardia, I think it's called. Oh, there's Colin. Hi, Colin. Aha. And here's an Astrantia that I brought from my old house. And then beyond that, where Colin is there, I put down some weed suppressant fabric and some wood chip to give me an area, clear the area a bit around a little water butt there that I've still not connected to guttering because I don't have any guttering on the shed yet. We'll get there. And, oh, ignore that bit, dumping ground. So, a couple of Brussels sprout plants. This is Monge 2. Then we've got a big pot of white cosmos just starting to flower, and a pot of Rudbeckia, and they'll come in the not too distant future. They're a sort of late summer, autumn flowering flower. Oh, I have some girls here. Hello Edith and Winnie. Now just turn around. Hi Colin. I hear you. I do. And on the side of the little chicken run, I've got a couple of pots of, these are Cherry Falls tomatoes. I thought they'd be a little bit bigger than this, but the plants are doing fine, although you should have seen them last night. It'd been so windy and I was expecting rain, and they had dried out and they had shriveled up, so ooh, I do hope they don't get blossom end rot like my tomatoes in the Polytunnel. But yeah, so I've got a couple of pots of Cherry Falls, and there's lots of tomatoes on. Hopefully they're okay. And then we've got these begonia, probably not suitable for a pot. I thought they were more cascading. I'm thinking about taking them out of there and putting them in a bed. We'll see. And when your back is turned, this is what you get. 2 girls eating your, well actually that's lettuce that you're going to get anyway, girls. But there's peas that they try and get the pea plants too. What are you doing in this area, I ask? Oh, Matilda. Now, I expected more of you. You're an old lady who should know better. Oh, gorgeous girls. Now, just in case you're wondering, they're not, Hattie over there is not eating the rhubarb leaves, which of course are poisonous to chickens. well, and to people. She's just having a dig underneath. But I will shush her away. Right, come on you. Go on. Oh, she says I'm going this way. Back to the lettuce. I'll pull that out for you. Come on, Matilda. What are you saying? Where did Penny go? Where did Penny go? I don't know. Oh, she's behind me. She's behind you. Right, come on you. Out you get. Good girl. Right, we're looking down the side of the polytunnel now, and I've got a couple of pots of carrots. This one isn't ready to harvest yet. I've been digging about some flowers, and this one I have been taking some carrots out of. What variety is this? This is Eskimo. Let me just give you an idea of what I've been getting. I'll just... Oh, small. But that's actually on the small side. I took a harvest out of there at the weekend. But sweet nevertheless. I'm now going to have to take another one to see if I've got a bigger one. Don't do it, don't do it. Nope, that's small. No, I think I took all the bigger ones. Oh, you think? Yes, I did. Okay, stop when you should. So yeah, these are small, but I did have some larger ones. But I'll take these in, and I'm making a casserole later. I'll pop them in whole. Right, now to the polytunnel. So we're in the polytunnel, and you can see my garlic drying off here. And here's a pen, some of my shallots, and I've got more shallots. I just had a pot of shallots really, and some smaller onions there. The main onions are still in the ground. Then I've got some peppers here, and you can see we're getting some fruit forming. Come on then. And then along here we've got mostly tomatoes. I really am so annoyed because they got blossom end rot. Some of them anyway. All to do with my erratic watering probably, although I have given them a calcium drench as well. So this is Noir de Cremé. Hopefully these don't have, nope, they're okay. Noir de Cremé. Noir de Cremé. This is Sun Gold. Oh, I'll get some nearly ready. But this is looking quite sickly. Not a happy wee plant, although, so I'll take off the fruit when I can, and I think that'll get dumped sooner rather than later. We've got another Sun Gold here, which is a bit better. Then we've got a little cucumber. And this cucumber is Jogger, and I've had a couple of cucumbers off it already. Just some other fruit, not quite there yet. And then we've got another Noir de Cremé here. Another one that suffered from blossom end rot, so I've lost some of the trusses. And here's another Noir de Cremé. And that one is okay, I think. Then over by the door, we have, this is, look, Lumineck. This is banana legs. Banana legs, if I'm going to get any of these, I'm so annoyed. Look at that. Right, banana legs, we'll ignore that plant. I've got another one. Here, there's more banana legs there, and I think these ones are okay. So these are going to go long, maybe double the length they are at the moment, and they will be yellow, like bananas. Here's another noir de creme, in there, and there. And then we have some more cucumbers having a wee break. I think that's Merlin F1. Again, I had a couple, but it's having a break now. And this is another Merlin, and just a wee baby there. Oh, we're a couple that'll need to come off, I think, because these are sort of smallish ones. There we go, need to get that harvested. Marketmore, which is my old favourite. This is like is it a ridge cauliflower? A ridge cucumber they call it. They're jaggy. And I've had some of that, but there's small fruits. Oh, here's a huge one here. What's this? Is this jogger or Merlin? Oh gosh. Actually. I can't read it from here. Jogger. And there's one just sitting there. So we need to get those harvested. So cucumbers this year are doing great for me. Absolutely fantastic. Tomatoes are doing pants, actually. Not that happy with my tomatoes at all. Doesn't help that they got blooming blossom end rot, some of them. It's my own darn fault. I've got tomatoes outside though, as you saw, and they're doing better. So we're up here at the back of the garden, and you can see this pot of sunflowers is starting to look rather nice. There's some zinnias next door. They're a little bit sickly looking. And then the first year of this lupin that I grew from seed. And then the majority of the next bit is my forest of potatoes. The ones closest to us are Casablanca, they're main crop, and as you go further back there's sort of second earlies and probably a couple of first earlies left. And you can just see my beehive in the distance there. I do have a couple of metal raised beds that I put in here, probably temporarily. They can easily be moved, but just to get some things growing this year. They've gone a bit mad. The biggest thing you see here, it's actually a courgette, and it's quite a large courgette, I have to say. What's the variety? Vert de Milano. And I've had some fruits off it, and you can see that there's some more there ready to come off. Next door there are some just a few little celery, which is nice, and then I'd put in a sort of spare tomato, and that's tomato banana legs. Oh, hang on, I'm getting attached to the weeds here. And banana legs is going to have long yellow fruit, and it seems quite happy out here. And then you can see some dill there, and there's also some little peas. And then in the one further back, again, they were really dumping ground, sounds wrong, but they were really a place for putting things that had no other home. So there's a Brussels sprout there, there's some swede at the back, and there's a cosmos there, and some ruby chard. So we hopefully can just see the swede growing in there. These are my smaller swede. I've got some larger ones in another bit of the garden. Let's just scuttle along here, and you can see the bees are active today. It's sunny intervals, quite overcast at times, but it's not too cold. I'm not quite sure what the temperature is. I'm guessing 17, 18 degrees C. And the girls are out and about foraging to bring back nectar and pollen to the hive. I have put up a video of me doing a hive inspection so you can see what's inside the hive. So I'll post a link to that either at the top of this video now or in the description if you're interested in seeing what it looks like inside the hive, and I will do a few more videos for anyone that's interested. The life of a bee, a honeybee, is intriguing. It really is. But I won't start on that just now. Now, just next to the hive, you can see there's this area of weeds, and there's actually some rotten wood, a rotten wood pile there. So good for the sort of insect life, but it does take up a nice valuable chunk of the garden, so we'll see what we do with that next year. And then just swinging around here, oh my goodness, cleavers, or sticky willy as we call it here in Scotland. It's everywhere, so it's actually covering up the piles of ivy that we still have at the top part of the garden. Oh, and a little nettle to boot, and it didn't sting me, yay. So yes, lots of things I need to do up here still, and I'll just tiptoe out this bit of the garden. Oh, Emily, hello. The girls are out and about, they just love it here. And Jemima. Right, so what we can see here, just down this fence line, there's a few tomatoes. So there's some sun gold here and here, and then there is this one here, which is Noir de Creme. As you'll see when we get into the polytunnel, I've had a bit of a problem with blossom end rot, oh yeah, with my tomatoes inside. I think it was just down to me missing some watering in the really warm weather. It's my own fault. But the ones outside are great. And then we have this squash. I've got lots more squash, but we've got this one, which is Muscade de Provence, and it's growing along the fence here. And you can see, oh no, that one's died back. Maybe it didn't get pollinated. That's a bugger. Here's another one. Hopefully this has been. And another little fruit at the end. And then down here we've got some Rudbeckia that will spring into life in a few weeks' time. Plus Amsterdam forcing carrots here. These were just put in very recently, so there's nothing to see. Nothing to see here. Looking down this fence line, not a lot happening. Before we moved in here, maybe a couple of years before we moved in actually, there used to be a hedge all the way down here that the folks took out and replaced with this fence, so that's why there's this bare area. But there's plenty of opportunity to grow things up against the fence, I guess. Chicken run down here, and then we've got some compost bins. Very exciting to look at. And then we've got a few more pots here at the side of my main little part of veg growing garden. Some more little miniature sunflowers. There's some dwarf beans there. And then we've got 2 tubs of beetroot. The red one was just sown a couple of days ago, and these ones, Zeppo F1, these were sown 25th of June, so they're doing fine. My rhubarb is also doing fine. Right, I'm just going to go into this little area here, past the brassica bed, where we've got, I think we've still got a swede in there. We've got some Brussels sprouts, some purple sprouting broccoli, and a couple of cauliflowers. And here we've got my parsnips in a pot. So they've got lots of top growth. I just hope we're getting some roots forming. And then some dwarf runner beans. I got my first harvest from there yesterday. Okay, so I have been madly transplanting little leeks into pots because I don't have a bed for them at the moment. So you can see at the back there, these ones were transplanted. They're all musselburgh, by the way. These ones were transplanted a while ago. We've got this lovely Dahlia Franz Kafka that I got from Farmer Gracie, and they're beautiful. They're small little pom-poms, but they're absolutely beautiful. So that's just coming into its own. Then we've got leeks and leeks and leeks. I'll need to cut back my sorrel, I think, let it recover from flowering and jump back. Strawberry bed, got a modest number of strawberries given that this is their first year. There's 6 strawberry plants in here, interplanted with lettuce, which are still doing well, and I'm using these ones mostly for the quail and chickens. We've got some more sunflowers here, just not quite out yet, and then this little pea bed, Hurst green shaft, I took a harvest off a couple of days ago, and still more to harvest. And again, there's some lettuce here. This one's, well, most of them are going over, but again, they'll go to the chickens. And a little tiny bit of dill. Oh, the sun's coming out. Bit of a mishmash in this middle bed now. There's white snowball turnip, there's swede, there's actually a tomato and a cucumber in here as well, and some lettuce and some spinach. Let me just take it in and show you. You can see there's can you see? Yep, there's another swede, and there's another swede down there, and I think there's probably a bigger one here, is there? Yeah, there's a bigger swede. Can you see it? In there. And then we've got these little, you see down there, there's some multi-sown in among the weeds. Snowball turnip. And actually, if I go to the other side, there's some beetroot as well. You can see the beetroot tops. Again, they're multi-sown. Oops. Again, they're multi-sown. I've not taken any of those out yet. And this was another spare tomato, and it looks like it's a sun gold. And then looking round here at my onions, they're taking their time to fall down. I guess that's fine, but I was waiting on them to fall down before I actually harvested them. Not too bad a size, good size for me actually. I'm rubbish at growing onions. And then I've got another little pot here, which is great. Very nice little pot of onions. I've got a calabrese in here that's giving a teeny tiny head, and there's this was a cabbage that was in a pot for far too long, so it's not going to give me much at all, but I popped it in there. There's another, that's actually a perpetual broccoli called Nine Star. Let me just see if I can find, I think the label was rubbed out. Yeah, I think it's 9 Star broccoli. I got this on the suggestion of Ali from My Rusty Garden, and I'll see how that goes. I've got a few more of those. That's a calabrese at the back as well, so I'm beginning to realise that the plants, the spare plants that I left in pots too long, are just not doing anything. You can see the size of that compared to the size of this, for example. So I think all my other spares I'm just going to get rid of and grow some more fresh. Here's my ever expanding squash bed. It originally was 6 feet by 6 feet, and I prepared that bed, but as you can see, the squash are stretching out all over the place. So I've got 2 akichikuri, 2 Muscade de Provence and one blue Hubbard in here. Let me see if I can find some for you. There's Muscade de Provence. There's one of Kichikuri there, but there's tons more. Let me go round. It's all a bit treacherous trying to get in here. Alright. So, here's one. There's a few more. Little one over there. Then oh, one there, one there, one there. Yeah, and that's starting to sprawl out over there. See, I didn't quite realise they were going to be quite so. I should have done. I should really have. It's the first time I've grown squash like this, so I didn't quite realise it was going to be a forest of squash. Right, let me see if I can find. There's a couple of blue Hubbard round here. There we go, there's a little one. And you can see a bigger one in there. I think that's all I've got blue Hubbard wise at the minute. Oh no, actually I can see another one over there. I don't know whether you can see it on camera. So the laugh is I won't have any clue as to how many fruits I have until this starts dying down in a couple of months' time. Just a little bit from the squash bed. We've got a little raised trug here. It's been used for lettuce. I've still got a few lettuce in there. This is part of successional sowings. I've got some spring onions here and some little marshmallow strawberries, which didn't really give me much this year, but I'm waiting on the runners so that I can multiply up and get even more plants for next year. What are you two doing? So I hope you enjoyed that little look around the garden and can see some positive changes since the May tour. Thanks so much for sticking with me if you're still here at this point in the video. I hope you have enjoyed the video. If you have, please give me a thumbs up, and I would love it if you would consider subscribing to the channel if you like the sort of content that I put out. So click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and click the bell to get alerted anytime I post any new videos. Weather's taking a little downturn again, so I better call a halt now. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye for now. Bye.
I just feel so lucky.